Let's return to an era of cyberpunks, genetic experiments gone wrong, and the most state-of-the-art explosions cinema had ever seen before. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 science fiction films of the 1990s. For this list, we're taking a look at the films that embodied all the fun and excitement 90s science fiction movies were known for.
Oh, yeah. Is that leather?
This is part of a series of videos spanning the decades of sci-fi flicks from the 1950s to the 2000s.
This is 1990. I'm supposed to be leaving messages in 1996. It's not the right number.
Number 10, Independence Day.
Lock and load.
Directed by Roland Emmerich, Independence Day is essentially a 1950s flying saucer movie with a bigger budget and the best effects the time had to offer.
It's just not simple anymore.
The film delivers all the lightheartedness of a B-movie, while also incorporating everything a 90s moviegoer could want. Historic buildings blowing up, Will Smith being cool,
Welcome to Earth.
Jeff Goldblum being Jeff Goldblum,
The clock is ticking.
and corny yet equally inspirational speeches.
Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
No matter how many times you've seen it, Independence Day is always entertaining to revisit.
Hello, boys! I'm back!
Number 9, Dark City.
We must have this man.
Despite a few positive critical reviews, Dark City was mostly underappreciated when it hit theaters.
What is this, some kind of joke?
While it hasn't entirely fallen through the cracks, it's never become a household name.
Sleep now.
That's a royal shame, as this might be the best movie of its kind since Blade Runner.
You have lost your memory. There was an experiment. Something went wrong. Your memory was erased. Do you understand me?
No, I don't understand. What the hell is going on here?
Set in a positively stunning world, condemned to eternal night, Dark City is like watching a rat navigate through the most complex maze ever constructed.
Damn right, this is crazy.
The film is a joy to observe, both for its visual wizardry and multi-layered story.
But that's okay! I figured a way out!
Number 8, Gattaca.
Welcome to Gattaca, gentlemen.
At a time when most sci-fi movies mistook action for story, Gattaca was a breath of fresh air.
They're sending you up there. Up there, for Christ's sake, you of all people.
The film takes place in a future where children are genetically modified to fit predetermined roles. Being naturally conceived, Vincent is considered an invalid and is forbidden from going to space with the prestigious Gattaca Corporation.
I was never more certain of how far away I was from my goal than when I was standing right beside it.
In order to fulfill his lifelong dream of space travel, he arranges to switch identities with Jerome, a perfect genetic specimen who's been disabled in an accident.
Listen, it's not too late to back out. This is the last day that you're gonna be you and I'm gonna be me.
The movie looks superb, but it's also thrilling, intelligent, and, as far as sci-fi movies go, kind of plausible.
Yeah, you're right.
Even the title is clever and intriguing, as it was inspired by the 4 nucleobases of DNA,
You serious about this?
cementing it very firmly in the world of science.
That's the beautiful thing.
Number 7, The Fifth Element.
Any survivors? Only one.
Between earth, water, fire, and air, there's a being that contains a fifth element.
The fifth element.
And no, it's not Captain Planet or the Avatar.
Lilu.
Actually, it's Mila Jovovich as the lovable Lilu, who's aided by a colorful cast of other bizarre characters in this sci-fi action flick.
If you want out, you're going to have to learn to develop those communication skills.
The aliens, cities, and spaceships are some of the 90s most inventive, perfectly balancing digital effects and practical effects. Director Luc Besson also adds an energizing sense of humor to the equation, leaving the impression that everyone involved had a wonderful time working on The Fifth Element.
You're right. I shouldn't have done that. It was wrong to kiss you.
Number 6. Men in Black.
Does that sound like fun?
The original Men in Black remains one of the best examples of how to make a special effects-heavy comedy. Talk about a perfectly assembled blockbuster comprised of Will Smith as the cocky wise-ass,
And to be honest, I'd appreciate it if you eased up off my back about it.
Tommy Lee Jones as the straight-faced senior agent,
Don't sir me, young man. You have no idea who you're dealing with.
and Barry Sonnenfeld as the whimsical visionary behind the camera. With self-aware humor and aliens that were gross, creepy, and funny all at once.
You have any idea how much that stings?
Men in Black is arguably the Ghostbusters of the 90s.
You know what the difference is between you and me? I make this look good.
Number 5. 12 Monkeys.
Look, have any of you heard of the army of the 12 monkeys?
Terry Gilliam directed this dystopian satire, so you know it's gonna be visually mesmerizing, delightfully complicated, and gushing with imagination.
Right.
Bruce Willis plays James Cole, a man sent back in time to warn people of a deadly virus.
Looking for the army of the 12 monkeys.
From there, things play out like a trip down the rabbit hole with Brad Pitt as the Mad Hatter,
Yo, Jeffrey! Jones!
What?
and the mysterious 12 Monkeys as the Army of Cards.
They mutate. We live underground. The world belongs to the dogs and cats.
Loonier than a cartoon and smarter than the average sci-fi thriller. This is a mind-bending experience you need to watch multiple times.
Very few of us here are actually mentally ill. I'm not saying you're not mentally ill. For all I know, you're crazy as a loon.
Number 4. Total Recall.
Welcome to Mars, man.
If something like Logan's Run defined how the 70s thought the future would look,
You don't run. You kill runners. You have always killed runners.
Total Recall definitely defined how early 90s movies interpreted the future.
You went to those brain butchers?
Let me finish.
What did they do to you, tell me?
I got a trip to Mars.
The film reeks of dated high-tech technology, like laptops the size of briefcases and Johnny Cab.
Hello. I'm Johnny Cat.
Even so, Total Recall remains a stunningly retro testament to 90s sci-fi. It's also stood the test of time quite nicely, thanks to some of Arnold's best one-liners ever,
Okay then. If I'm not me, who the hell am I?
hilarious facial expressions, and a clever story that keeps you guessing even after the movie is over.
I just had a terrible thought. What if this is a dream?
You know the question, just as I did.
Number 3. The Matrix.
What is the Matrix?
Mixing together elements of everything from The Twilight Zone to The Terminator. The Matrix took audiences by storm with its ingenious ideas,
Never send a human to do a machine's job.
philosophies,
Have you ever had a dream, Neo, that you were so sure was real?
and style. Iconic for bringing bullet-time special effects to the mainstream, it's hard to think of another film from this decade that's had a greater impact on how action movies are shot and choreographed. Seriously, way too many copycats have ripped off and satirized this flick since its release. Now, well, you can't fault a movie for being so awesome that it inspires countless wannabes.
Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is.
Number 2. Jurassic Park. Has there ever been a creature feature that kicked more ass than Jurassic Park?
It's a dinosaur.
Being one of the first, if not the first, major motion picture to utilize photorealistic CG creatures, you'd expect it to look cheesy by today's standards.
Boy, do I hate being right all the time.
Surprisingly though, the CGI and animatronic dinosaurs hold up remarkably, even blowing most modern effects away. Convincing visuals, along with unforgettable scares and likable characters, made this a blockbuster for the ages. It's no surprise Jurassic Park trampled its way to the top of the box office charts and is still Steven Spielberg's biggest film to date. Before we blow up our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
was designed to get past any kind of metal or synthetics detector. It's all flesh and bone.
My own giant robot. I am now the luckiest kid in America. This is unbelievable. This is the greatest discovery since, I don't know, television or something.
Captain, I believe I speak for everyone here, sir, when I say, to hell with our orders.
Number 1, Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
Okay, time out. Stop the bike. Time out. Come on, stop the bike.
Now here's a contender not only for the best science fiction film of all time, but also the single greatest action film and sequel that most improved upon the original.
Come with me if you want to live.
And that's saying a lot, considering how strong the original Terminator was.
Not a man. Machine. Terminator.
But everything's taken to unthinkable new levels here.
Hasta la vista, baby.
The revolutionary visuals, heartfelt performances, heart-pounding pacing, faultless character interactions, they all amount to the perfect summer entertainment.
I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
Most impressive of all, Terminator 2 is one of the few movies that will have you cheering one second, then have you getting all choked up the next.
I know now why you cry, but it's something I can never do.
Do you agree with our list?
You read my mind!
What's your favorite sci-fi movie from the 1990s? For more entertaining top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
It is our capacity for individuality, our souls, that makes us different from them.